What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is going to be, this is the US new gigantic aircraft carrier. I'm assuming there's meant to be a that shocked the world. Oh man, you better believe I saw this and I was so excited. Literally last night, right? I finished recording, I done my thumbnails, I got in bed and I was like to the girlfriend, we'll watch a bit of YouTube on TV, something which isn't really reaction based. I try and stay away from it, and oh my day, like, staring at me on the screen was this video, and I was just like, I need to react to this. And I almost got out of bed, but like, nah, we're not watching TV tonight. I'm going to go and record, then we're going to go to sleep. But I decided I'm going to wait till today, and I tell you what, I've been excited all morning to do this reaction. We checked out aircraft carriers quite a lot, and yeah, they're pretty insane, and we've learned so much about them. But this is a new gigantic aircraft, which is going to be like mind-blowing. And just for thumbnail, oh, it got me so excited. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm definitely going to enjoy this. Learning something new technology into the world, hopefully. And a new aircraft, which potentially is being rolled out. So let's get straight into it. Hit that like button. I would seriously appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button, you absolute legends. If you want to see more content like this, let me know in the comments. And let's check out the new US gigantic aircraft carrier that has apparently shocked the world. Let's go.
In the early 2000s, the United States government decided its current fleet of aircraft carriers were not going to be up to the task of defending American interests overseas in the decades to come. They wanted a carrier fleet that would be faster, bigger, that would be capable of launching and receiving hundreds and ultimately thousands of aircraft every single day.
That just sums up the US, doesn't it? We just want it bigger and better all the time. We're going to put millions and trillions into it for bigger and better, and I rate it.
No matter which direction the wind was blowing, once all the new ships had been deployed. They wanted more advanced systems to detect and destroy the enemy faster. The new design would use less crewmen and incorporate significantly better survivability systems with less maintenance, and ultimately, a much more reduced lifespan cost than the NIMITZ class it would be replacing.
That's just positives all round, man.
"16 years after cutting the first steel plate for the new vessel, the U.S. Navy now has at its command the most powerful, most deadly, and most expensive aircraft carrier ever to set sail, the USS Gerald R. Ford. But with cost and time overruns galore, meaning the Ford still has not yet been officially deployed.
I mean, that doesn't look healthy. The fact that it's tilted on one side, is that the way it turns, or is that just sinking? Because they are incredibly hard to sink, but that does not look healthy.
Could this new ship have a similar impact and legacy on the Navy as its namesake had on the country as a whole? When Gerald Rudolph Ford took over the presidency of the United States from the disgraced Richard Nixon, he did so in the middle of the most troubling times for the country since the end of the Second World War. Then as now, tensions with Russia were strained to say the least. And the new incumbent of the Oval Office was tasked with finding a way to cool the tensions with Moscow, as well as healing America from yet another war that had taken place a long way from home and cost far too many American servicemen and women's lives.
Far too many lives in general, man. Awful.
The latest U.S. administration will be hoping things are different this time around. So far, it's not looking so good. Since the USS Gerald R. Ford joined the Navy's fleet in 2017, it still has not been deployed 4 years later.
Oh, wow.
Just like the president it's named after, the United States Navy's premier naval vessel offers much. But just as President Ford suffered setback after setback, could this $13 billion floating weapon of mass destruction be dogged with similar problems? In this new video, we'll take a look at the most efficient and technologically advanced aircraft carrier ever built. We'll go through the new weapon systems, radar setups, aircraft capabilities, and crew demands to give you the inside view on the Navy's biggest new toy.
Okay, it's not exactly brand new, so I imagine a lot of you guys already know about it then. This video did come out a month ago, so it kind of led me to be like, they've just announced something amazing. Don't get me wrong, I am still so keen for this. We're going to learn so much more about the latest aircraft carriers, and I know it's up to date. Let me know in the comments, we may find out, but do you know, like, I've got a bit of inside scoop? Is it coming soon? Was this video done a while ago, only just uploaded? Let me know in the comments, guys.
It's nearly 20 years since the U.S. Department of Defense awarded the first contract for the USS Gerald Ford to Northrop Grumman Newport News.
Oh, wow.
This ship was going to have to sail the seas for up to half a century, potentially through to 2060 and beyond.
Yeah, it has to be advanced if it's getting to 2060. And I've just realised it must be it turning. I do not realise it honestly tilted that much. I honestly thought it stayed pretty steady. That must be it turning. So fair play. I never knew that. I've already learned something new.
Understanding what technologies would be required then, and having the foresight to design for that in 2003 was never going to be easy.
True.
There are 23 new and upgraded technologies added to the Ford compared to the NIMITZ class it is designed to replace. That tech is so new, it's only being tested now the Ford has joined the main fleet at sea.
Oh, wow.
New search radar, aircraft recovery systems, and 2 new electromagnetic systems to launch planes and power the munitions elevators have not worked since it was commissioned in 2017. The issues have been so bad, the Ford has had to cancel flights completely for up to 3 days due to the new EMALS system not working.
Oh,
If
damn.
you didn't know, EMALS stands for Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System and has been introduced to the new Ford class of carrier to enable the Navy to launch more aircraft faster and safer than they could using the old steam-powered technology.
I mean, that is something you want to get right because at the end of the day, you can get a lot of things potentially wrong and it's not going to cost much, but you're launching like planes and aircraft which cost millions. You do not want to be destroying them, so I can understand why they've cancelled it at times.
This should mean the Ford can now get planes in the air within 15 minutes, compared to multiple hours that it took previously.
Oh, wow.
But getting aircraft out of where they need to be is only one reason for the new tech. It also means the Ford can utilize unmanned drones and much heavier planes that could not have been launched using the old steam catapult system.
Nice.
Longevity of the entire system will also be extended, along with improved safety for the crew. As with most things electronic, they tend to require less time to get ready and need less maintenance.
Yep.
The EMALS system has been designed to average over 4,000 launches before requiring any maintenance, but it has been struggling to get into 3 figures.
I mean, once you get it there, you go to 4,000. That's an incredible number. That is a long time without needing maintenance. Fair play. Like, it's one of them. Sometimes it may take a very long time to get right, but if you want it to 2060, you want it to be right, and you want it to be badass. So you got to take your time, and they already pumping trillions in, so I don't think the extra cost is going to bother them that much. Maybe it is. Let me know in the comments. But the amount of money they're pumping, is it going to make that much of a difference?
Wasting time, money, and resources on the EMALS system is bad enough. But unfortunately, the Ford also has problems getting the new AAG, Advanced Arresting Gear System, to work as well. Problems with this system alone set the entire USS Gerald Ford program back 2 years due to not being capable of doing what it needed to do. Time-consuming land-based testing has now had to be employed by the Navy and the contractors making the system to try to get it ready for full deployment. Even if the Navy does get both the aforementioned systems online and working, they still have to figure out how to get the new advanced weapons elevators to function. There are 11 elevators in total on the Ford, yet when the carrier left Newport News in Virginia in 2017, only 2 of the total 11 were able to be used. That should have gone up to 6 at the start of 2021, but the ship is still short by 5. So, why the problems?
I mean, that one seems a little bit of a ridiculous problem. Again, I'm not fully knowledgeable. This is just going off face value, what I've seen and what I would guess. So correct me if I'm wrong, please. But you spent trillions on this, billions, and you can't get a lift to work. Like, you've got however many lifts and most of them aren't working. I know it's a weapons list, so they've probably got to have certain aspects part of them so the missile doesn't blow up. You know what I mean? I don't know. But surely you can get a lift working. That seems like quite a massive problem for the money you've put in. It seems a bit ridiculous, that one.
Normally, the US Navy will test new systems onshore at ground-based testing sites.
Okay.
They opted not to this time, as they believed they were dealing with well-understood technology that was already in commercial use. The cost and time overruns caused by all the problems and the lack of testing has now gone all the way back to the top of the chain. Any further defense spending related to offshore vehicles now requires land-based testing to ensure fiascos such as this don't occur in the future.
Yeah, it's quite a naive way to look at it, isn't it? Like, yeah, we've done this technology before on land and commercial properties and stuff like that. A lift's a lift, but you get your problems. Make sure it works, especially when you're pumping so much money in. It's kind of like you put all this money in, developed all this technology. It's going to last us to 2060, and then you've gone half-assed at the end, go, yeah, wing it, it'll work. And it hasn't. It's just like, really? Just do the whole thing. Spend that extra little bit to do the whole thing instead of trying to cut costs at the end. That seems a bit mental to me.
Whilst the delays are embarrassing to say the least, the Navy will at some point in the not-too-distant future get it all sorted.
Okay.
There is too much riding on this not to. Once they do, the USS Gerald Ford will indeed be something to behold. Let's take a look at the performance gains the Ford-class carriers will have over the NIMITZ they will be replacing. Any aircraft carrier has one key job to do, and it has to do that one job as quickly and efficiently as it can.
Carry aircrafts?
And that's to get as many planes in the air and back again safely, ready to do it again.
Pretty much.
The old NIMITZ system means that at full pelt, the Navy could get 140 aircraft launched per day.
Okay.
The Ford has the capability to increase that to 160 sorties without breaking a sweat, once everything works. But this can be increased to 270 per day under battle conditions.
It's double, man.
That's a nearly 100% increase in sorties each and every day.
Exactly.
That's why the new electromagnetic launch and arrest systems are so key to this new class of carrier. Without them, there's no way the Ford could launch so many planes and get them back safely.
Yep.
Historically, any battle situation has inevitably resulted in the loss of human life. As time goes by, increasing numbers of missions are being flown by unmanned drones in an attempt to reduce that potential loss of life.
Yep.
Utilizing drones on an aircraft carrier up until now had been difficult, but the Ford will now be able to use a whole range of unmanned aircraft to complement its manned missions.
Yeah, I think the drone thing is going to be a massive game changer, especially moving forward. Again, I'm still learning, but we're going to drones. Like I've just said, we're going to drones. Drones are a massive part of it today, and it's only going to get more of a bigger part of it. So if you've got an aircraft carrier which has a drone on it, and that can access anywhere in the world straight away because you've got however many aircraft carriers set up, that's a game changer. It really is.
Any aircraft, manned or not, is likely to need some form of weapon and or fuel.
Yep.
Getting that to the right craft at the right time and in the right place is going to be key to getting the Ford up to the number of battle condition sorties should the need arise. New forms of automation and redesigned logistic pathways mean the Ford is able to move fuel, craft, and munitions far more efficiently than the NIMITZ ever could.
Okay.
That being said, having the ability to launch the number of aircraft the USS Gerald Ford is able to would be irrelevant if it didn't have the capacity to store the number of fighters, bombers, choppers, radar reconnaissance planes, and drones it will need if that battle readiness is going to be achieved. So now the island has been moved further back along the deck. The bridge has also been moved, whereas before it was located on the island. It has now been moved to a lower deck location. The Navy has also taken the opportunity to upgrade the radar and detection systems on board the Ford.
That's why not.
This means the older NIMITZ-class ships would have had to utilize around 6 different radar setups to accomplish what the Ford can do with only one. This now means...
I mean, it's efficient, isn't it? To do the same thing, you only need 1 instead of 6. I know which one I'm going with.
The island is much smaller than before, creating more deck space for more aircraft and easier movement. Plus, it cuts down on the Ford's radar signature. Whilst it's by no means a stealth ship, it's a lot less visible.
I'm going to say, like, it may cut down on the radar thing, but come on. It's just a massive, massive ship with a load of aircrafts in the middle of the ocean with a massive fleet around it. Like, you're going to be able to spot it if it's near you anyway. I get what you mean. If you can be as stealthy as possible, go for it. If it makes a difference, go for it. But I don't think you can use that argument. You've got a massive fleet around you. You're a massive ship. Anyone can spot it off a mile off.
Than any previous aircraft carrier. It also means that the Ford is much more stable, with a significantly reduced center of gravity than the NIMITZ.
Nice.
So should it need to maneuver quickly, it can do so without fear of rolling and capsizing. Of course, all the increased tech and electrical-powered systems need more power. Using a single nuclear reactor in the same way the NIMITZ-class ships have done in the past just would not have provided the power required. So the Navy has installed 2 smaller reactors that are more than capable of providing not only the power the Ford will need now, but also what is likely to be expected in the future too. You may be thinking that all that technology is great, but doesn't that mean more crew and increased maintenance? Actually, no, quite the opposite. Reported headcount for crew is said to be 20% less than that required by the NIMITZ. That's the point.
20% left. That's actually incredible as well. And when you look at the aspect as well, it's taking people away from families, away from a home for a very long time. You want to limit that. And then also the cost. You're talking this aircraft carrier, because it's on nuclear power, is going to go out for a long, long time. You need your food. Obviously, we've looked at videos where an aircraft comes in and it will deliver mail every so often. It will deliver spare food every so often. But it's kind of like, if you can limit that, you can get the same amount of food on, less people, last longer, less refueling, restocking, and less issues. So it's definitely a massive thing.
For all the automation and electronics that have been designed into the Ford. They just need to get them to work. Similarly, the new reactors require less looking after too, regardless of being more powerful than those on the NIMITZ class carriers. All this means that while the headline cost of the USS Gerald Ford is an eye-wateringly high $13 billion, over the course of its lifetime, the Ford should cost around $4 billion less than the ship it will be replacing. Maybe Gerald Ford, the president, just needed a little more time, in the same way the U.S. Navy is slowly but steadily making the new Ford-class carrier everything they want it to be. Thanks for watching.
You're welcome, and thank you guys for watching. I was about to say, hit the bell. Hit that notification bell. I'd seriously appreciate it. You'll be notified every time I upload. More content like this coming your way. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and then hit that bell and smash that like button. Why not, you absolute legends? I wasn't disappointed. I was really looking forward to this video ever since I saw it last night. I almost did it last night. Wish you guys seen it earlier, but I thought I'll hold off. You can see it today, and I'm glad I've done it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. If you have, like I've said, hit that like button. Why not? Let me know in the comments if anything else like this, because honestly, these kind of videos really get me excited to do these reactions. I enjoy them anyway, but some just hit different and get me so excited, like this one, for example. Have a fantastic day, guys. I really mean that. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.